I recently came across this revenge story, but the long game karma in this one is absolutely brutal. So this takes place in the late 90s, right in the middle of the dot-com boom. A young married couple decides to go full dink mode, double income, no kids, and aggressively save for a house. The husband is just 23 years old, 2 years out of college, and lands a software developer job paying $75,000 a year, which back then was serious money. They move to a new city and rent a modest 2-bedroom condo for $950 a month from a real estate agent we'll call Hank Wazowski. Now Hank is the dry, humorless type, the kind of guy who looks like he charges extra for smiling. Everything is fine until he reviews their rental application and sees the husband's job title and salary. Suddenly he can't stop mentioning it. "I can't believe how much money you make," he keeps saying, not impressed, not congratulatory, just. Bothered, they explain they're only staying a year to save for a house, maybe going month to month for a short time after. Hank agrees. A year later, they've bought a house, but it won't be ready for 2 months after the lease ends. They call Hank to extend like they discussed. He says no problem. The paperwork arrives, and the rent jumps from $950 to $1,450, a $500 increase, over 50%. When they call him out on it, Hank turns ice cold and says, "You don't have to like it, you just have to pay it." He knows they can afford it. He knows they're stuck. And he squeezes. They swallow their pride and pay the extra $500 for 2 months. Then he keeps $300 of their security deposit for cleaning, even though they left the place spotless. And here's the petty twist. After they move out, he lists the apartment for only $150 more than their original rent, not the $500 he charged them, proving he inflated it just because he could. Fast forward 5 years. Life is good. They've got a house, a kid, stable careers. One day at work, the husband overhears his coworker Phil say he's meeting with his real estate agent, Hank Wazowski. Same guy. Phil is selling his condo for around $200,000 and buying a $500,000 house. That's roughly $700,000 in total transactions. At 3% commission on both ends, that's about $20,000 in commission for the agent. Hank walks into the office and doesn't even recognize him at first. They shake hands and the husband calmly reminds him, "Software developer, rented your condo, saving for a house." You can almost see the memory load into Hank's brain. Then the husband casually does the math out loud about the $20,000 commission. The air gets heavy. Hank leaves shortly after. As soon as the door closes, the husband tells Phil the whole story, the rent hike, the deposit, the smug line. "You don't have to like it, you just have to pay it." Phil, being a solid guy, says there's no way he can use Hank now. The next day he calls to fire him. When Hank tries to negotiate, Phil delivers the line perfectly. "No, don't lower your commission. You'd be losing money. Well, you don't have to like it, Hank. You just have to accept it." Click. Just like that, 5 years after squeezing a young couple for about $1,200 because he could, Hank loses $20,000 in easy commission. And he absolutely knows why. That's not petty revenge. That's long-term, high-yield karma.